You ready?
Yeah.
Right, let's do it.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Two Piece Podcast. But not just any episode, a very special episode of the Two Piece Podcast. We have got our, I'd say arguably our most famous guest, John Marshall. How are you doing today?
Who's the competition? Who's second?
We're in talks with Shawn Mendes,
What?
Ed Sheeran.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So,
right,
yeah.
Okay. Well, I can't compete. I'll do my best. Yeah, lovely to be on. Let's see how this goes.
Right. Well, we'll get straight into it.
I don't know much about it, but I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
But yeah, right.
So you're just going to fire questions at me, are you?
Just going to shoot questions at you.
I'll answer them.
Well, we will ask you to go into more detail if you give us
Fine.
a yes or no.
Anything. Oh, yeah. Well, I won't do yes or no.
Give us something.
Okay. I'll try to expand on everything. Go on.
Well, let's just start from the beginning.
Okay.
How did you get into radio hosting?
Thank you. Right. Okay. That I can answer them. If they get too tough, though, I'll have to tell you. I started off DJing in pubs and clubs in Lincolnshire years ago, and I did that with a fella. I was on a works, when you have a normal job, not like this one, and you go out to the on a works like somebody's leaving do, and I went out on this leaving do on a Wednesday night in Lincoln, and there was a bloke DJing in a club called Vienna in Lincoln, which doesn't exist now. It did long before you lot were born. And this bloke was DJing, and I said, "Can you teach me how to do that?" And he said, "Yeah." And I went around his house the next day, and he started showing me how to do the stuff, DJing. And I went round regularly, and we started night clubbing together, doing these gigs. And then I thought, I'm a bit of a chicken, and that wasn't a very good career path because he was losing work in his 30s because he was getting too old for doing it. So I thought radio would be better and I'd have a longer life. So I did a hospital radio for 3 years. Nobody listened to it, but I turned up every Wednesday night for 2 hours of my time in Lincoln County Hospital, the Cheerful Earful, they used to call it. And I would do the show and then go home and send off tapes that I'd recorded there to different radio stations. And Lynx FM replied to me with helpful advice. And I went and eventually they phoned me up and gave me a show 5 till 7 on a Sunday morning when everybody else is asleep. And I did that show for a bit, and then they extended the show till 5 till 9 and took it from there. Then I had a day job. This is a long answer, isn't it? A day job, and I was taking holiday from my day job in order to do cover shifts on Lynx FM. And then eventually I ran out of holiday cover, and Lynx FM said, "We'll make a job for you." So I did all the cover shifts, and when anybody was off, and I was also in charge of their computer systems at the beginning of that time. And then that progressed, and I got the breakfast show eventually, and I did it for 13 years. Nobody did it for longer than me. Then the morning show for longer than that. That's why I'm old.
Well, I mean, you've got quite the career behind you.
Yeah.
I mean, was it 27 years at Lynx FM?
Yeah, I think it was.
And
yeah.
When obviously everything happened at Lynx FM, what was going through your head? How did you recover from that, and how did you get from there to now?
Well, I started a podcast. Don't do that.
Wow, great advice.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, so radio changed in October 2024, big time, because there was a change in the Ofcom regulations. Prior to October 2024, they had to legally have a 3-hour show broadcast from the area that you were broadcasting to. It had to be broadcasting from the area it was broadcasting to. And that law changed. So I used to do 3 hours on Greatest Hits Radio, which is what Lynx FM became. 3 hours between Ken Bruce in the morning and Simon Mayo in the afternoon. or in the evening, and I would do the middle bit from Lincolnshire. And then the legislation changed, and they didn't have to do that. And everybody doing a show like me across the whole country got rid of within 2 weeks, and we were all out on our ear. And then, you think, what do I do next? But I did sort myself out. I did do a podcast where I brought in quite a bit of money doing that, so I was able to keep paying the bills, and enjoyed it. But you've got to have the time to do the podcast. So I've had to pretty much stop doing that now because I'm back on the radio. I also went and worked at the BBC. But in my view, if you're doing a podcast and you're not posting at least once a week, probably once a day, you need to be doing social media stuff. And there's a lot there. If you're not going to be able to have the time to do that, you end up with really no traction. So anyway, I did the BBC for a bit, and they weren't able to offer me enough regular work, as the chap who runs this radio station, MAGNA Radio, which is why I ended up here, and he made me a good offer, and I'm delighted I've come here. I've never had a better job in the radio game. The end.
That's perfect.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you want me to share? So, can you share with us an experience where you've had to think like quick on your feet for an emergency on the air?
Yeah, I can if you want me to. Yeah, not a very nice one, but Princess Diana, do you remember her?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
So I hadn't long been, she died on a Sunday, and I've just told you, I started doing Sunday mornings, and so the story of that is at 20 to 5 in the morning, when I arrived in the building at Links FM, there was a computer that we would get the national news from, and on the computer it said Princess Diana has been involved in an accident and Dodi Fayed has died. That's what it said at 20 to 5. And radio stations across the country have a obit procedure for anybody, dignitaries. There's a small select group of people like the King, the Queen and so on would be on this list. Princess Diana was on it, but she hadn't died, so there was no need for me to do anything differently. But at 5 o'clock, when my actual show started, the news came on, which was not broadcast from inside the building. It was broadcast from overnight. It would come from London.
Yeah.
So the news began with Princess Diana's dead. This is 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
So I had to... Then we have to go into this obit procedure, which involves playing classical music and not the usual music that we play on the radio. I was very inexperienced at the time, so I phoned up the bosses at 5 in the morning, woke them up and told them what had happened. And the first song that I had in the CD player ready to go was When Love and Hate Collide by Def Leppard, which was not the right choice of song.
Not the greatest of choices.
No. So when you say panicking, I had to get rid of that quickly and flip it to a different track. But obviously I've never forgotten that moment. And then they let me carry on for an hour or so. And then somebody else came in who was more experienced and took over on the radio. Maybe I did 2 hours, actually. But all it was playing classical music, and then every 10 minutes come on and read out some script that somebody else had written to tell me, because people were waking up and hearing the news and couldn't believe it. That was a big shock to everybody. So that was a big one, yeah.
Wow. I wasn't expecting you to come out with that one.
There you go.
Yeah.
Answer for everything I've got.
Topes.
So, like, obviously the you said about the like struggling with that side of things. What would you say is the most difficult and challenging side of radio today in this society? Like
radio, the most difficult thing about radio is getting into radio these days, because of what I've already spoken about is the legislation changing. That means that almost every radio station is a national radio station. So when I was starting to trying to get onto the radio, every place across the UK, every town, pretty much every town, every city would have its own radio station. And now that's not true. That they, there's the big groups of Global and Bauer, and they have big radio stations that cover the whole country. So if you're trying to get a show in the olden days, you might have had 6 shows in the town you lived in that were being broadcast, and now there's 6 shows for the whole country being broadcast. So to get your foot in the door of a radio station is really difficult. But I think the gap in the market has come up, and MAGNA Radio is filling one of those gaps because they can't now offer local on the big networks, because there is nothing local on there anymore. Then it's a gap in the market when done properly, like we're doing on MAGNA, for local radio to thrive again, and we seem to be doing all right so far.
That's really good.
That is a really good insight into radio at the moment. Now, moving on to more of a lighter topic, I want to talk about your cooking.
Cooking?
Your cooking.
Yeah.
So, as we are aware, you have an Instagram account, where you show off your different cooking skills and is it recipes as well?
To a point, yeah. In fact, I noticed you always message me on that account, but I haven't really been updated that much. But I am a very keen cook, yeah. So I love doing that. Yeah, I've got all the gear. I'm not sure I've got much idea, but I do like that. I do love cooking. Yeah, I've got this thing called a Kamado Joe, which is a really posh barbecue. I never had a barbecue before, and then I bought this one, and it's like one of them lifetime guarantee things. Cost loads of money, fortune. But when you buy one that's as expensive as I've bought, you have to use it all year round. So I've cooked the Christmas turkey on it about 3 or 4 times.
Wow.
Yeah, in the depths of winter, I'm lighting the barbecue because you can't get it out for 2 weeks every summer because you've spent too much money on it.
Yeah.
So, that's a big passion of mine. I love cooking.
Did that stem from a younger age, or is it? So it's always been a passion for you.
Yeah, always. I wasn't allowed to cook at home because it made too much mess. But as soon as I moved out on my own, and I bought a wok and a Chinese cookbook, and I wanted to learn, and then I'm really, really into it. If I wasn't doing radio, I might well be doing. Opening a restaurant or cooking, I don't know. I think that would interest me, definitely.
I was going to say
that ticks off
could
one
it
of my
be
questions.
a future?
I thought
there could be a MAGNA cooking.
I don't know. In the future, I'll probably just be dead because I've left it very late now for a career change. I'm 55 now, so but it would appeal if it's still there somewhere in my head that would be a good idea if I had time. Time is the biggest thing in the world.
Yeah.
That I haven't got enough of.
What's one of the most embarrassing bloopers that you've had whilst being on air?
Let me think. That's a bit more. I don't know. There's been not like minor things really. There's other people coming on and doing silly things on your show when you're in charge. Me personally, I think you don't let. I haven't sworn or anything like that on the radio, so I haven't really got any. It's dead embarrassing stories for me. There's been things, trivial things, like I might play. I used to do an 80s hour and I played a song from the 70s, and things like that where you didn't really realise that you'd made a mistake, but hugely embarrassing. I've avoided that. No, I've had people on quizzes that I've been doing and they say the wrong thing, sometimes to wind you up, sometimes not. There was one time he did a good job, to be fair. This fella came on for a competition and he spoke to me because normally you can tell they're very nervous if they're going to try and do something stupid. Yeah. And he did a good 2-minute talk, which was perfectly normal, and then said something terrible at the end of it, which he'd obviously planned to do. But you just get rid of him off the radio quickly. But to be fair, in hindsight, he did do a good job of making me think he was all right, and then wasn't all right at the end. So, but I didn't think that at the time. I thought, that's not good. Because there's no... on some radio stations, I think there's a bit of a delay on... but we never had that at Links FM, where there's a 10-second window for if anything is said, you can get rid of it before it goes out on the radio. And they use that on talk radio stations, usually, but stations like Links FM didn't have that.
Oh, wow.
So whatever you said would go out. Do we swear on this podcast or not?
You can do if you
Right.
want,
I don't think I want to, but I'm just telling you.
We try not to.
Right.
But
I'll behave.
It's me, the one that's behaving. I'm normally the foul-mouthed one. But outside of radio,
Yeah.
do you listen to radio? Do you listen to Magna in the car? Or
Yeah, I
do you
do.
listen to a different one?
No, I listen to Magna Radio in the car. To be honest, what happens is when you do 4 hours of radio, by the time you want to, it's time to leave the radio station. You've heard enough music for the day. But I like hearing the presenters doing what they think. You know, most people, that's the difference. If I think with a radio presenter, or me anyway, you listen. If you might well be listening the radio to the radio for the music that's being played. But I've heard all that music for my 4 hours of the radio, so I'm quite keen to hear what the presenter's capable of. That's what I like to hear. Unless it's something a bit different. We have a guy called Dave Kelly, who's well known in the radio game, and he does Friday and Saturday nights, and he mixes the music together. It's dancey and quite a different listen to any other time. So I love music like that, and I love it when it's done really well. And if I would recommend that to you, Dave Kelly, Friday nights and Saturday nights on Magna, he's really good. But no, I don't tend to flick around the dial very much these days. I can't stand radio when it's radio by numbers. A lot of these radio stations now play a tiny handful of songs, and they're just on a loop, and the presenters do very little apart from read what's on a card about a cash competition, no personality.
Yeah.
The golden days, which you won't remember, of Radio 1 and Radio 2, they were full of characters like Steve Wright in the afternoon, which was a brilliant listen, an entertaining listen, and it wasn't just about the music, it was about the person you were listening to. And I miss that, and I've not found it, really, apart from on my show. That's a joke, but I like my own show. Yeah.
But so you've mentioned other radio presenters and stuff.
Yeah.
Would you say that sort of space is like a rival, or do you sort of like appreciate each other's works, or would you look at like somebody from like a global radio station?
No, anybody in the game is great, good, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's an interesting thing. If you get on national radio, there's quite, which I haven't, but there's a lot of that's down to luck. If you're in the right place at the right time, I would suggest that a lot of people doing commercial radio locally are just as good as people who've hit the jackpot and got onto national radio. They just didn't get the same opportunities. So it's just how life works out for some people. And I'm born in Lincolnshire. To do really well on the Lincolnshire radio stations would be a dream of mine, and I've achieved that. Yeah. Which is not to say when I was younger I wouldn't have wanted to try and get onto the Radio 1 or Radio 2, but I didn't try. I've been always very happy doing what I'm doing. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Comfortable in your own
area. Yeah. But I would have had the money from the other radio stations if I could have. Yeah.
Do you have any like secret hobbies or talents that would shock your listeners that not many people know about?
Well, we've done the cooking, haven't we? My time, I do this, and I host a lot of events now, like mainly weekly quiz nights, and then I compare events, so on. Takes up a lot of time. So I do 4 quizzes a week and 6 radio shows a week. So that's why the podcast's out the window a bit. Yeah. I played squash until recently, and I've just sort of, in the last month or two, knocked that on the head. Because I'm working so many evenings, I don't want to be out on another evening. That's really why. So that was on a Monday. And often I've done Friday, Saturday and Sunday nights working, and then Monday I just want to stay in and watch TV. Yeah. So I have a night off. So I don't think I've got a real big secret thing, mainly because I ain't got time.
Yeah.
I need to calm down.
Speaking of TV, when you're not at work, do you have any like movies or series that you're currently interested in watching?
Currently, Breaking Bad's the best show that's ever been made. That and Better Call Saul.
Absolutely.
Yeah, anybody wants an arm wrestle about that, I'll take them on. So that's my favourite ever. And I like watching things. I'm rewatching House of Cards at the moment with my friend, enjoying that, which is Kevin Spacey, who got into a bit of trouble in his life. But the show is ace, and it's really worth a watch if you haven't seen that. So I'm watching that at the moment. And there's a thing called I Will Find You. Have you seen that? It's on Netflix. New series just come out. It's that he's written loads of things. Yeah, he's written loads of things. So I'm watching that, but I'm watching that with my daughter, and that means we watch about half an hour a week because she's too busy playing video games with her friends to spend proper time watching it with me. I do like watching those different things. I like a drama over a documentary mostly. Yeah.
So I'm going to do a little bit of quick fire here.
Go on then.
A little quick fire questions.
Quick. Right.
So first off, most memorable guest you've ever had?
Oh, that's not...
Someone who stands out above everybody else. Either you were starstruck to have them, or they were just a really good guest to have on.
Coldplay. Chris Martin from Coldplay.
Wow.
That's a big one.
Oh, I've got some good ones on the list, you see. Beyonce. Coldplay, because at the time, they'd done quite a lot of slow songs, and there was a big thing where I don't think it's thought of now, but Chris Martin from Coldplay, people thought he was miserable. And he's the funniest bloke. I went to interview Coldplay, and Chris Martin was hilarious. So proper belly laugh funny all the way through the interview. And then something at the end where he was just supposed to be saying some lines for us, which was, this is Chris Martin, and you're listening to Links FM. And he started telling us stuff, private stuff, which the record company then wouldn't let me take, because in those days you used to get the CD at the end of your interview and take the CD back to the radio station, and they wouldn't let me take it because of the things he'd said.
Oh, wow.
And they had to edit it and then post it over to us. So, Chris Martin. But I could do a list of people I've interviewed if you wanted me to. But go on. Sorry, you're doing quick fire. I forgot.
That's quite all right. So, another one I've got. What's your favourite? What's your song on repeat at the moment? What's constantly in the ears?
I don't know, really. I just listen to a variety of different bits.
It could be an artist. It doesn't have to be a singular song. It could be an album.
Yeah. Let me look back on my Spotify. Hang on. Because I do like a whole load of different things. Let me look what I've searched for. Trouble is, I'm always planning music quizzes. So the songs that come up. Tell you what, I did go and see the Lottery Winners. I don't know if you're familiar with their work. I very much like them. Saw them a few weeks ago. Friends with another band called Scouting for Girls, and they were supporting the Lottery Winners. Lottery Winners are my latest favourite act, and I recommend them to everybody. I've listened to Letter to Myself, really good, and Worry, really good, by the Lottery Winners. And I am friends with Scouting for Girls, and I do often listen to their music, but I never tell them that I've listened to their music because, tell you one awkward thing is if you're with a band, like, say you're with Scouting for Girls, and then all you can think of is their songs, and you end up singing, and
Their songs.
Yeah, in front of them. And it's not very cool, is it? No. So, yeah, go on. So, quick fire. I'll just say one word now, shall I? Sorry, I'll get better at this.
It's quite all right. What's your favourite colour?
Blue. Thank you. Move on.
Favourite genre of music?
Now, can I say eclectic, if you want one word? I like lots of things.
You could say a couple of words if you prefer.
Well, I like electronic stuff. Erasure are my favourite band ever, and that's electronic music with no real instruments. Love that. But I also love Queen, so there's proper instruments involved. So I like a big variety of different things. Tell you what, I like songs. Good songs.
That's a perfect answer.
Yeah.
Favourite genre of cooking to do?
Nah, that's hard. Isn't it? Because I like... I know, my daughter's mum, who's the person I've cooked for the most, Angela, she always used to say, that was amazing, can we have that again? And I said, well, probably not, because she used to say, we'll never see that again. Well, because I've got hundreds of cookbooks. And when I've done a dish and people liked it, instead of me wanting to make it again, I think, I'll tell you what, I'll find something they'll like even more. And I'll try and find something else. So I swap all the time about what I like. But if you need a one-word answer, edit this to Chinese.
And then finally for genres, favourite genre of movies?
Porn. No. No, that was a joke. I like a thriller. Thriller.
And do you have a favourite movie? I'm asking these questions.
My favourite film ever is Airplane, but that's not a thriller. That's a comedy.
Yes.
And it's stupid. And I've watched that more than I've watched any other film ever. If you need cheering up and you like slapstick stupidity, then
it is a great film.
Watch Airplane. Yeah, the script is fantastic in Airplane, and the reason you can watch it again and again is that there's so many jokes you're never going to see them all or hear them all if you only watch it once.
Have you watched The Naked Gun?
Yes.
Have you watched the new one?
Yes.
What did you think about that one?
Quite good. Quite good.
I thought it was like a paying homage to the old one.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it very much.
Comedy.
I enjoyed it very much. Leslie Nielsen takes some beating.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it very much, and they did a bit of a new twist on it, and I thought it was good. Yeah, I was pleased I went to the cinema for it.
Well, that's it for my the quick fires. I mean, they weren't too quick fiery, but
no, that was my fault.
that is quite all right. We're getting minutes out of you, so
yeah,
I'm not complaining.
You have as long as you want.
But yeah,
honestly,
what?
I think all of my questions have been answered within other questions.
Oh yeah, it's my waffly answers.
Well, I'll move on to a previous point.
Yeah.
So you was talking about scouting for girls.
Yeah.
You went on tour with those
many times.
And when was the most recent one?
On tour? Oh, yeah, that was earlier this year, actually. Where did I go? I went to, I can't remember in the right order, Birmingham, Sheffield, Glasgow, York, and another one. Nottingham.
Nottingham.
Yeah.
And obviously going on tour with a band has got to be a very surreal experience.
When it first happens, yeah.
Well, I'm guessing you're used to it by now.
I am with them.
It's just hanging out with your mates.
It's only them, but yeah. I rarely watch them play the music, actually. I just go on the bus and have a chat with them, and then they go off to work, and I go out for a beer.
That sounds like the perfect evening.
Often, yeah.
How do you find sleeping on the bus?
Yeah. Usually good. I did for a long time sleep the wrong way round, which it's very dangerous. I don't know if you know that. Have you heard of an act called Gloria Estefan? She's an old music star, and she broke a neck or a back or something sleeping the wrong way round on a tour bus, right? So if you have your head facing the way the driver is and the brakes come on suddenly, you slam into the thing, and apparently that's a really bad thing to do. And I've been on the tour bus with Scouting for Girls loads of times, and then found out I was sleeping the wrong way round. Last year, I think it was.
Oh, wow.
You got to sleep. No, it came up in conversation, and I said, "Well, I've been the wrong way round the whole of the time." But sleeping on the tour bus, it's quite therapeutic. The vibe of the moving down the road, it's quite a nice feeling. Yeah, it does rock you to sleep. Yeah.
Quite surprising.
Things have changed on that tour bus, though. That used to be partying, now it's very relaxed.
Yeah.
Very relaxed.
All got very used to the life.
Grown up.
Yeah. What's your favourite Scouting for Girls song?
My favourite Scouting for Girls song is Posh Girls. Yeah, Posh Girls. It's about posh girls, and they have good... I can't tell you the lyrics. It's a bit rude, bit cheeky. It's good. Any more?
If a song title could describe your mood at the end of a shift, what song would it be? Are you normally tired, or are you normally sort of ready to continue your day?
A song title? Don't know. I've never really thought I must think of a song title when I leave work. No. I don't know the answer to that. Sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry, don't know.
Moving on to more current affairs.
Yes, I'm not having an affair.
I don't know if you're a big fan of football or not.
Not really, no.
Are you following the World Cup?
I'm familiar with how England are doing, but I couldn't tell you more than 2 players in the team.
Right.
So that's my football knowledge.
Scribbles out the entire page, but anyway.
We can get into it. I can try.
I was just going to ask what your World Cup predictions were. Do you think England will win?
No, not from what I'm hearing from the people who are into football. I don't think they'll win. But everyone has hope every time, don't they?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, hope in their hearts and all that. And it'd be great for them to win. But they're going to sort themselves out big time if they're going to do any better, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Germany, as we speak, Germany went out last night, didn't they?
Against Paraguay.
And what can you say about that? That's a shock, isn't it?
Yeah, one of the big 6. Just
Exactly. Are England one of the big 6?
I mean, when you talk about World Cup football, England's are always in the top 6, I would say, personally.
Yeah. If you speak to somebody English, they are.
Well,
yeah.
I would say it's Brazil, Germany, England, France, and either Portugal or Argentina.
Right.
That's what I would
Spain
call.
would be one.
Oh, the Spain as well, yes.
Spain. So we're about 12th on that list of 6 you've just done. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm not a big football man. Never have been. My dad is. My dad played for Lincoln once.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he did. It happened. He's got on telly. He was,
Oh, wow.
but he was 12th man. And in the olden days, you weren't allowed. You only allowed one substitute, and you weren't allowed a load of them. And you were to be the 12th man meant you didn't get on unless somebody had to come off. And he never got on the pitch. But he did play in a televised game. Well, he was on the squad of a televised game. Anyway, that's by my dad. But he's a football fan. I'm not.
See, I'm a Grimsby Town supporter.
I'm sorry. No, they're good, aren't they?
Well, we did well this season, better than I expected. But I'm roaring for next season. We'll say that every year.
They are.
But yeah.
So I don't know. I can't get into a football thing with you. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Me neither.
No.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, sorry. Okay, well,
Mount with depth.
So I've seen you did. I don't know if you still do the Friday with when you get like your
Co-hosts.
Neil on. You had
Yeah.
Sophie Bell.
Just stopped it actually, but go on.
And
Yeah.
they always brought you something, didn't they?
Yes.
We followed that because we didn't want to come empty-handed.
What have you brought? Oh, two-piece
We've started
cap.
doing merch.
You've started doing merch.
We have indeed.
It's nice, isn't it? Two-piece cap.
we've got beanies, caps,
Got
key rings.
Mugs that could be good for the office.
Got all the gear. Yeah.
You might need some mugs.
We'll take whatever you've got. That's good, actually. That's nicely printed.
I have a bedazzled keyring.
Well, I've got more.
No,
Oh, that's on my house
Oh,
key.
let's have a look at it, though. Bedazzled. Oh, yeah. Two-piece podcast. Yeah, I have noticed there's 3 of you, not 2. So I've got
Yeah,
campaigning for you to get on the 2 Ps and I don't know.
2.5.
Two and a half.
How rude.
I know I'm not the tallest, but I'm not half a person.
No. I don't know. How do you all, what's this? You all in a relationship, are you together? How do you all get to know each other?
Thruple.
We're like very, very distantly partially related.
Right. So not in a relationship?
No.
Well, although that would be all right if you're, distantly related. I think I've checked.
It's a grey area.
Still legal.
I've looked at, yeah.
No.
Right.
No,
Don't crush him.
Thank you.
No, we've all been friends for,
Well,
Minutes.
we've been in the same class,
we've shared the
years,
same classes through secondary.
but didn't really speak.
No, not really.
We've
I
been
didn't
friends for,
Right.
about 10 years now.
Oh, okay.
Really. But yeah.
But you weren't originally involved in the... I'm doing the interviewing now. That's not the
fine.
way it's meant to work, is
I
it?
was just about to ask, do you have any questions for us? Like, do you want to know anything?
How long you been doing this?
It'd be,
Coming up to 2 years.
yeah, coming up to 2 years in.
And I've been joined in for a year.
Right, okay.
Mm.
Well, you seem to know what you're doing. I like your prep work. You've brought in some good notes, had some good
Have a
questions.
Question cards.
But, I mean,
Question cards.
when we've got a big guest like you, we've got to prepare for this.
You've got to do your own work.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't want to be turning up with nothing. Have I answered too long? My long-winded answers.
Absolutely not.
No.
Perfect. Yeah.
You've given us some great answers.
You got any more? I've enjoyed myself.
I've got one here. It's a bit of a.
You can ask me anything. Told you.
So with the future of radio,
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
obviously there's this AI is a massive thing. Do you believe AI will take over radio at any point in time?
No.
Do you not?
No, not radio completely. Bits of radio, I think, like voiceovers in commercials, definitely. That's happening now already.
Yeah.
You can't tell. News, I believe some radio stations exist now where the news reader is AI. Weather, news, travel, AI. But it depends what kind of radio you're talking about. If you're talking about, like we talked about earlier, about if it's just a radio station where they just play music and then a generic voice can pop up and talk about a cash competition or just name the songs and has no need to do any personality, then AI could probably do that. Who would listen to it knowing it's AI, though? I'm not sure there'd be an audience for AI is providing this radio station. Why the hell would you listen to that then? But if it's a radio station like this one, Magna, where you can, the presenters are actively encouraged to express their personality, and well, AI is not going to have a personality. AI didn't go to the pub in Lincoln last night and fall over a tree when it went for a walk in the park or whatever, did it? So it's not going to have a tale to tell about that unless it's making it up. And if you know it's making it up, then why would you listen to it? You know, if it's just making up stories that might, if you put in AI, tell a story about something that might happen to a human and read it in a human's voice, it probably could do it. But why? Who's going to listen to that? I don't think so, personally.
No, that's a very fair point, and I think we've all got the same opinion about AI.
Yeah.
How it's
It's got. I think there's got to be some sort of controls on AI as well. With the control, you know, I mentioned Breaking Bad earlier, didn't I? I mean, if you maybe not yet, but if you soon put into AI, write me a TV show as good as Breaking Bad with all character development and this sort of thing and that, it would come up with a script, write you a show. That's a lot of people's jobs that could be out the window because AI has done something that, you know, based on a template that was the most successful show ever, probably. That's a bit frightening. I think it needs some sort of regulation where it's known that AI created it. Songwriting is another one as well. You know, if you say, write me a song as good as Bohemian Rhapsody, eventually AI will just press enter and it'll write a song.
I mean, there was a song released and it was found out to be AI written.
Yeah, nobody knew, did they?
Yeah, and I think it should be known because you can't tell the difference.
No.
But somebody's stopped being creative in order for AI to do it. That's a dodgy area. But when you slag off AI all the time, then if you put in one day, how do we cure cancer, and it solves that riddle, then you wouldn't say it was a bad thing. There's different things to it that are good. There's good and bad with everything that comes along in the world.
I think as like a generative AI with like your creating stuff, that's like the bad side. But when it's like it's a source of information, it's like Google has that AI overview. Yeah. Very helpful. Yeah. Rather than spending hours looking through Google. Yeah. It's all there.
Yeah. It's when it comes down to it's creative stuff, entertainment stuff. I think it's a really dodgy area. But using it for the right thing could be great.
You need that personality for entertainment.
I think so.
You can't have it just stripped from it.
I think so.
Yeah.
But, you know, we'll see.
Yeah.
No.
Do you have any questions for us?
No, I don't think so. I just hope this does some good for you and get a few more subscribers and all that.
I can see this happening, yeah.
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 No, if you've got all you want from me, you can ask anything you want. But if you've asked everything you want, It's up to you.
I think yeah, we don't want to drag it on, and while
You've got
it's been
40
quite
minutes
good.
at the minute. How's that? 40 minutes.
It's probably
Sounds
one of
amazing.
our longest ones.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my long waffly answers.
Yeah.
Shall we stop?
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do an outro?
Oh, right, yeah. Do an
Oh,
outro.
well, yeah, you go on.
Yeah.
I did the intro. You did the outro. I'll let you.
So thank you everybody for watching. Thank you, John, for joining us. This has been dystopian. It's been a dream. I've been proper fangirling in silence the whole time. Listen to Magna Radio, and buy our merch and subscribe. Give us money. Thanks.
Bye.
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 Nice one. Right.